Shalom. All praises unto Yahweh Shemel Shai. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and honest you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. I wanted to do a quick video regarding the times that we're living in right now. I might title this video, Behold, the time is short, because pretty much we're in a situation right now when Esau is going to be going down heavy, and we're going to see that within the book of Revelations, the 12th chapter and the 12th verse. The Most High is ramping up the gear, so to speak, with the stuff that's going out there in the Middle East. Okay, you're seeing that the Most High is doing a lot of sifting, within the camps. Okay, you're seeing that the Most High is doing a lot of sifting, and it's you really gotta get yourself in the right mindset, okay? And we got the scriptures to tell us the same thing, and you really gotta get focused, man. All right, so I'm gonna start off in the book of Amos, the 9th chapter, and the 9th verse. It says, "For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel amongst all nations like corn is sifted in the sea." So in part, you're gonna have it to where the Lord's sifting us, because you got brothers coming from all over the place, man. Okay, you got brothers coming from all over the place, just like how the scripture says in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, on the 64th verse, "Behold, I will scatter you amongst the nations." It also talks about how the Most High was going to gather us from amongst the nations. So you're going to have it to where you got Israelites that look like different individuals out there. They look like different tribes, furthermore different nations, right? They look like heathens, they look like pigs, like how was it Peter saw the vision in that book of Acts, the 10th chapter. Okay, he had seen the vision, all right, and the Lord said, "Call nothing, uncommon or unclean." And that was basically, that was dealing with Jakes, man, because they basically was like animals, man. They was living like, likened unto pigs. They looked like pigs on the outside, but the spirit that was in them, man, that was the spirit of that was the spirit, of an Israelite. And that's what it comes down to. That's what a lot of people can't get their head around, that the Most High is actually dealing with something that's not tangible, okay? Something that's not you can't put your finger on it. That's what gets these scholars and so on and so forth. And really, this is something I've fallen victim to. But really, that's what it should humble you, because the Most High has allowed you to see these things. And like I said, man, I fall short of that all the time, man. You don't really see the magnitude of the thing that you're in, because you gotta go to the job, and you come home, you do videos, and then you do what you gotta do. You have your leisure time, so to speak. Okay, and you really forget about how humbling of a position that the Most High has put you in, where you understand these scriptures not just on the carnal sense, okay, which comes with time. Understanding the history, understanding how the order in which things it happens within the scriptures, but actually understanding the spiritual side of it first, man. Okay, that being the name of the Lord. Right, that's a secret that the Most High has hidden from a lot of individuals, man. You got a lot of individuals that the Most High has had it to where they're blaspheming against the name of the Lord. So how much more humble you ought to be, just being in the right state of mind. All right, really, you gotta pray. It's something I try to do, but sometimes, like I said, man, you fall victim to the flesh. But really, you want to be in a state of mind where when you wake up, you thank the Most High you woke up in the right mind frame, man. Okay, you really want to be in that kind of that's the kind of spirit you want to be in, man. Okay, you wake up, oh shit, the water I'm in my right state of mind, because you could wake up bugged out like some of the individuals that you got out here, man. Okay. Right, so you're seeing the sifting that the Most High is doing right now, not just amongst the nations, but we know through the book of Romans, the 9th chapter and the 9th verse, right about the 9th verse, I believe, how that not all of Israel are of Israel, okay, meaning you got an election, okay. Romans, the 11th chapter and the 7th verse talks about how what then Israel has not obtained that which it seeketh for, but the election has obtained it. What do we seek for? We're seeking for salvation, man. And like I said, man, I do this shit all the time, man. I fuck up on all of these things, and I'm only here by the mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I've only made it to this day, and I pray that the Most High is going to have mercy on me, all right, to make it into the kingdom. But I've only made it thus far because of the mercies of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right. And he says he said the people that obtain this knowledge, wisdom, that's of the elect. That's what we're hoping for. That's what we're seeking for. What they looking to obtain? Looking to obtain the salvation, man. And there is no clear cut, dry, quantifiable attribute that an individual is gonna have to really say, yeah, that's a man that's gonna make it on the chariot right there. Now there's good identifiers of the person served the name of the Most High. Okay, do they teach the truth? Okay, are they out there, going on the highways and the byways? Those are good indicators. That's why we say the elders, they're the top guys on the earth right now, man. And the scriptures do say you ain't. Here it is, you got individuals saying you ain't gonna listen to the elders, but in the scriptures clearly says within the book of Isaiah, you was gonna see your teachers, man. Okay, you was gonna see them. All right. So the Most High was gonna have it to where the prophets that were in the past and they were teaching and saying you gotta get right, you gotta get in order. Okay, the Lord's coming back. They're back here doing the same thing right now. So who are those individuals gonna be, man? Okay, you ain't gotta, I ain't gonna answer that question for you. The works speak for themselves, man. All right, that's the elders of GMS. I know I answered it. Okay, so it says here, I'll go to the next precept in the book of 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter on the 29th verse, and says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. Okay, remain that they that have will be as though as they have none. All right, so you got a situation that's somewhat is deemed as being comfortable, which there is no such thing as comfortability within the society. If Esau is going to work 9 to 5, okay, and he's working 9 to 5 to pay off an unquestionable amount of money for a so-called mortgage, a so-called house, and his so-called car and all of that, and that's Esau, man. We shouldn't be comfortable, man. Okay. Hell, in 2008, a lot of them Edomites, man, they were killing themselves because of what? Because they realized the situation that they were living in was just a dream, man. All right, that's like how in the book of Isaiah, the 38th chapter, gross darkness has covered the whole earth. Well, that's what they realized, that's the life that they were living in. They realized they was living in the darkness, okay? And that's pushed forth by the elite banking families through the media, okay, through the music and all of that. They, here's the little chump change. Here's how you're gonna spend your chump change, because they program you on making you feel good about buying something that they've basically programmed you to buy. Okay, so all of you guys, all of the people out there in the world have been set up, man. Now some of those things, like they got these so-called smartphones, and like, hey, those are tools that we, as the men of the Lord, are hoping to be the men of the Lord, are supposed to be using, man. All right, to push forth this truth. Spirit jump on you. You out there, and you on a double shift or something, but you got 45 minutes between shifts because hey, Jake works crazy, man. You got 45 minutes in between. Hey, that might be time you might want to use the so-called smartphone to do a video, man, to do some studying. Okay, brother asked you a question about the scriptures. Hey, you can pull out some of those tools that Esau's using, that being the Urim and Thummim. Okay. Remembering that the time is short, okay, and then teaching the brother, man. All right, and then the same thing goes for teaching yourself, man. What's that precept? I can't quite remember that precept. You enter the words into your phone, and you can do that at the job, man. All right, here it is. You go Esau. He's texting this, that, and the third, and posting Twitter pictures and commenting on Facebook or whatever. But here it is, the Spirit jumps on you to think about a particular precept, but you can't find it. Well, you can use that time to sharpen up your sword, man. Because guess what? The time is short, man. All right? And as long as you stay in the Spirit, the Lord's going to deliver you from your own faults, man. Okay, because the scripture talks about how Paul, he said, oh, wretched man that I am, man. That I would not, I do. Okay? So when you really go back and you lying on your bed, you're like, God damn it, why did I do that shit? Why did I do that? But like how the scripture says, we're gonna see who the elect are. All right, the scripture says how the Most High is, how the elect are gonna obtain mercy. So, hey, we can only hope to be the elect, and that should be a point of humility, man. Knowing that this thing ain't cut dry like that, man. Okay, just because you know these things today doesn't mean you're gonna know them tomorrow, man. All right. All right, let's move on to the next scripture in the book of Revelation, the 12th chapter and the 12th verse. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth he has a short time. So Esau's gonna be coming down heavy on brothers. See, that's where and see, humility is when you're talking about psychology. Okay, you're talking about a person's behavioral profile, psychological profile, man. Okay, and how a person could stand on pride, because you got a lot of people whose psychological profile is based upon their foundation is pride, and that's an unstable psychological profile, man. Okay, but a dude that's humble, that dude's gonna be humble most of the time. You're gonna see that individual. They ain't gonna be hitting lows because you're humble. That's it. You're low, man. You're lowly off the heart. You're low, which is the mind, man. You're lowly off the mind. You ain't going up and down. Because I've seen a lot of these people out here, man. Okay, I've seen a lot of these, and like I said, man, I'm a victim to it too. Okay, and they're all over the place. But see, here's the thing about pride, because it's so unstable, right? A person that basically puts their mind on puts their mentality, their thinking into something that is powerful. Okay, they're really likened unto a man that has is a double-minded, and we know that the scripture says a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. See, that's what pride ensues, man. See, I ain't no psychologist, but I'm pretty sure they would agree on that, man. Okay, and the facts stand for themselves. When you're humble, man, you go about your business, man. Teaching, right? Doing videos. Okay. Hey, getting with brothers when you can, when you can hang around brothers. Because when you hang around with brothers, man, hey man, the scripture says how when two or more are gathered in my name, there is gonna be at, man. Okay. And that's just like how the scripture says here in the prior to it. If you got a woman, you really want to, hey, sometimes it's gonna be like you don't have one, man. Okay, because you're supposed to be so heavy. This is supposed to be your woman, all right. This is supposed to be your wife, okay. Yeah, but not to say you can't have a so-called woman on that you deal with, okay. And the scripture says if she be pleased to dwell, hey, I can't get rid. That's a that sounds like a good deal to me right there, man. Okay, she says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, and woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. So all of that instability, that pride, okay, you really got to put that far off from you and get your mind right, and that humble spirit, that stable foundation, man. Hey, you won't go wrong with that, man. You're not gonna go wrong with that, okay? Right? Because we know Esau knows he knows that he has a short time, so he's gonna come down. He's gonna be coming down real heavy, and then we're gonna be getting into what the scripture says here within the book of Malachi, the 4th chapter and the first verse, where it says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven." Right? So the thing out there with Russia and the US, and how they're trying to blow each other up to smithereens and depopulate the earth and all of that. Well, we know that day is coming. That information is coming thick and fast. He says, and all the proud. I didn't even know that was in the scriptures. I mean, I really got it for this bit, but that goes to show you the spirit works heavy, man. Okay, because I had forgotten he even said this, man. He says, for all the proud, yea, all that do wickedly. See how pride is synonymous with wickedness. Okay, because pride ensues that thinking that you deserve something, and usually when you think you deserve something, you're usually being covetous, man, which leads to even more wickedness, man. Okay, hey, you got the truth. That's more than enough. And here it is, the Most High revealed all these mysteries unto you. These men that died and they fought a good fight, and they didn't know the mysteries of the Most High has bestowed upon us, man. These men have lived and died, dying to know those things, man. Dying to know the breakdowns that the elders have been breaking down, man. Okay, and it shall be a stubble that in the day that cometh shall burn them up. Saith the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai, the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither no root nor branch. And that's talking about Esau, so you ain't gonna have no root, okay? And you're gonna have no branch. The least one or the greatest one, all of them is gonna perish by way of those ICBM nuclear missiles, man. 1 Thessalonians 5:8, and it says, but let us who are of the day be sober, okay? All right, doesn't mean you can't take these. You get some individuals to take that for bait. Scripture says in another part that drink a little wine, right, for that stomach, okay, for that mind, okay, right. So it seems like it's contradicting itself. Well, you're gonna be what are they drunk with? They're drunk with the philosophies of this world, man. The scripture talks about that, man. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor to drink, okay. That's what Esau does. He's filled these people up with this Babylon juice, man. That's why the scripture says Babylon has been a golden cup within the Lord's hand. So what do you do when you drink? You get drunk. That's why it says we let us throughout the day be sober. Why are we gonna be sober? We ain't gonna be drinking that Babylon juice. We're gonna put that cup away from us, man. Okay? And it says putting on the breastplate of faith and of love for an helmet and the hope of salvation. It's not guaranteed, man. Okay? It's not guaranteed. It says the hope of salvation. Okay, so pretty much with that, let's see if there's a little bit more of this. It says, for the Most High has not appointed unto us wrath, but to obtain salvation by Yahushua and Mashiach. Okay, died for us, that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. So, hey man, the guys that have died for this truth, the men that are gonna die for this truth, we're gonna be all right when the Lord comes back. Yahweh Shemiah Ratas, that we be of the elect. So I mean, I touched on a few different points there, but hopefully, the message of the time is short was hit home. And with that, I'm gonna say, oh, praise unto Yahweh Shemi Al Shai, double honors to the apostles of GMS, ownership of that be pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.